This is the value of wrestling, the revolutionary force in wrestling podcasting.
Oh, you didn't know? Well, you better get ready to talk to somebody. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm the Big Tyme, and I'm here with Big Tyme Rants, episode 86, after WrestleMania, after doing the WrestleMania review show. And the world of wrestling is turning upside down. And just, we had a decent WrestleMania, good, bad, or otherwise. People are mixed reviews about it. Hopefully we'll see what tomorrow brings, but here we are on the cusp of greatness in wrestling. And chaos seems to ensue because it looks like Tony Khan's letting CM Punk live rent-free in his head. Yes, it has been announced during Collision, that on Dynamite this week, the Young Bucks will present backstage footage from All In London and will discuss for the first time. They're going to talk about this. Why? I guess to create controversy, to stir the pot. They have just hired 3 of the biggest free agents in professional wrestling, and they rather waste their time talking about CM Punk. And I think the smartest person over there right now has been Eddie Kingston by saying he doesn't work here, so I don't care what he says. But apparently, Tony Khan has this necessity to let this video footage come out and sending the Young Bucks out there to do it, which is just not good. The Young Bucks on Dynamite this past week referenced Jack Perry. Jack Perry called them back out, called everybody out who's talking about it pretty much, not to worry about him. People are going to be mixed. I never want to hear you moan about Young Bucks and Super Kicks ever again. Yeah, it might be just the most chaotic week in professional wrestling at the Young Bucks show this footage. Is it going to be the actual footage? Is it going to be doctor footage? How's this footage really going to look? And this is overshadowing Cody. I mean, how did the Young Bucks... I mean, the Young Bucks are doing this. I wonder how Cody feels about the Young Bucks deciding to pull this on his biggest weekend. Now you're going to have the Wrestling Town talking about the Young Bucks releasing the footage from All In London. And, yeah, so I guess Dynasty's going to get a big boost, or Dynamite's going to get a big boost in ratings this week, down to 752,000 last week, dropping down to like 651,000. I mean, just taking a hit. They just didn't seem to maintain, and it's crazy because Dynamite, Tony Khan's trying to stack up Dynamite to be such a big deal. He's going to have a Battle of the Belts next Saturday. He's got the AEW, or he's got the TBS Championship being defended on Friday. Wednesday, we have a trios match with Shane Taylor Promotions against Lion Hook with Shibata now. Mariah May is going to take on Anna Jay. Dustin Rhodes looks like he's going to get a title shot against Samoa Joe for the AEW World title. He's going to get an eliminator match. Okay, so he's not actually going to get a title shot. He's going to get a match to see if he deserves to get the title. This is great. Even though Swerve is the #1 contender, the Young Bucks are going to release footage. Adam Copeland's going to defend his title against Penta, who ain't even in the rankings. AEW just releases rankings, but gives people title shots. Tony Khan, you're a hot mess, and you're letting CM Punk live free in your head. This is complete ignorance. Complete ignorance. Why are the Young Bucks going to show out and show this footage now? Tony Khan, you wanted to avoid talking about this forever, and now CM Punk came out and said his bit, and now you want to be like, oh, let's show the footage. And it is on you, Tony. I don't care if it's the Young Bucks doing it. I don't care if it's Adam Copeland doing it. I don't care who does it, Tony. You're the one that's behind all this chaos that you're letting spew out. You're letting CM Punk live rent-free in your head. I guess we're going to get to see this footage. We're going to get to see Punk choke out Jack Perry, maybe yell at Tony. I guess we're going to get to see if Punk's telling the truth, which I think Punk's telling it like he feels. He told Tony Khan to do something about it, and Tony Khan, period, ended the line. You're the boss. When when an employee comes to you and tells you, "Look, I have an issue with this. You need to deal with it." You don't look at him and go, "What do you want me to do with it?" You go, "Okay, I will take care of it," and you find somebody to take care of it, whether it's you or one of your subordinates that work under you that can take that responsibility on and take care of that action. It was simple, Tony. You should have had somebody at that curtain to meet Jack Perry, to pull him aside, to have a conversation with him, to have that discussion so that it wasn't him and CM Punk getting that confrontation. But no, you wanted to sit there, twiddle your thumbs, and act like a stupid mark. And Tony, I want to see greatness from you. I want to see you achieve greatness. I want to see AEW do great things. But when you refuse to say anything about anything and you want to avoid the subject matter, never deal with it head on. And then when CM Punk comes out and gets interviewed about it and asks questions about it and addresses his version, his side, what he thinks, which seems very, very more and more the facts. And it seems like you're trying to build a smear campaign here by even showing this footage. I mean, this is we're talking the end of August, September, October, November, December, January, February, March. We're 8 months removed from this event, and now you want to show the footage when you could have showed this footage at any time to address the situation. I guess you want to show why you were so scared for your life at a wrestling event. Tony, you're a mark. You continue to show that you're a mark. You don't follow your own guidelines. You have a CBS championship match on a Friday against somebody who isn't even in the rankings. Rankings are important, but they're not important if they don't fit in. Penta's getting a TNT title shot against Adam Copeland. He's not in the rankings. Dustin Rhodes is getting an eliminator shot, so he has to beat Samoa Joe to get in the rankings, even though Samoa Joe has the number one contender at Dynasty and Swerve. You don't book anything to make sense. You don't make anything make sense. And now you want to come out and show footage and have the Young Bucks, talk about this issue that involves CM Punk that started back at Brawl Out with the Young Bucks. The Tampon Bucks. They're the Tampon Bucks. This is what they know. That or they're Harry and Lloyd from Dumber and Dumber. And you should know this by now, Tony, because if you're looking at your ratings, whenever they're on TV, the ratings go down. This is the only time that the Young Bucks, the Tampon Bucks, are probably going to see a ratings increase because they're going to be talking about CM Punk. You know what that's going to do? That's going to draw people in. So you're still using CM Punk to get people to watch your show. You see how that works? That's what this is about. Tony Khan's going to use CM Punk to draw people to his show because his show is dying. This is indubitably going to be a thing that is going to really, really hurt AEW in the long run because it looks childish, it looks immature, it looks pathetic. This is a big weekend in wrestling, and now because of that big weekend in wrestling, they are choosing to take this time to do something. Is it because WWE picked up Julia? Tony Khan that mad that he couldn't throw enough money at her? Don't know. I mean, mostly it's about Punk. We know it's all about Punk. I just can't believe they're going to go to this place, go to this level. It's insane. I mean, why do you need to release this footage now when you could release this footage at any point in time previously? This is just bad for business. There's no reason for this. This isn't going to bring anything to you. It's just going to make you a mockery of the wrestling business. I mean, it's a shame. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, people are going to talk about it. People are talking about how it's going to kill the business. People be going to get tired. They're going to be sick and tired of this company because it's juvenile. It's below the below. I mean, I don't see why anybody needs to even acknowledge this any further than you already did. You had Adam Copeland come out at last INC, come out and give a rah-rah speech. The Young Bucks went out there for themselves and mentioned Jack Perry. Jack Perry's blasted them back and maybe Punk back. I mean, this is just a ridiculous nightmare. This is insane. This is just, I mean, there's nothing here that's going to make Tony Khan look good. There's nothing here that's going to help Tony Khan in any form or way by releasing this. I thought this isn't going to kill their company. Tony Khan's got enough money in there. people, you know, this isn't, you know, people are out here, oh, the Punk can go tarnish AEW, but AEW can't come back and give their side. This isn't going to be a side. If this was going to be a side, Tony Khan was directing this issue and having an interview, maybe not taking up his TV time with this issue. That's where the issue is. Why is he doing it on his TV show? Go get an interview with Hawani or anybody and tell your side of the story. But you're going to send your TV time and you're going to send your boys out there to talk about it. Don't give me the bullshit. This isn't about AEW telling their side. This is going to be a spin and twist. This is not going to be good for business. And I don't know why you're letting this happen, Tony. I don't know why you even feel the need to let this happen. This is a damn shame. This is disgusting. And I think it's going to reflect. Yeah, you'll probably get a ratings boost this week. And from there, then what? Then what? It's not going to add to any story. It's not going to add to anything on AEW programming. It's just going to make you look stupid. It is. I mean, and you can all drop your comments below. We can have this discussion. You can talk about it. Does AEW have a right to tell their story? Yes, don't get me wrong. If AEW or a Tony Khan, or even Jack Perry, if Jack Perry wanted to come out and tell his version, let Jack Perry come out and tell his version. Does Tony Khan have the right to come out and tell his story of AEW side or what went on? Yes. If Tony Khan was doing this, it'd be a little bit different. And if Tony Khan wasn't using his TV time, that's the difference. Punk didn't use WWE TV time. He used an interview segment that he was invited on to use it. AEW was going to use the Young Bucks, who refused to work with Punk after the altercation at Brawl Out, tell the story for AEW. So Tony Khan's showing he's a chicken shit. He won't come out and talk about it. He wants to make the claims that he was scared to death backstage from this whole scenario. And now that they want to talk about the issue, Tony Khan's going to do what? He's going to send the Young Bucks out there to do it. Knowing that there's a history between the Young Bucks and CM Punk. That's not going to help the scenario or help the issues. So, yeah, I mean, this is why it's bad. There's a difference between the idea of, you know, AEW defending itself and AEW trying to make this into a storyline, trying to use this for TV time. Why are they putting it on their TV time? This should be a Tony Khan addressing. Tony Khan could get an interview and address everybody on this issue. Release the footage if you want to. I'm sure there's plenty of people out there who, hey, Tony, we'll do it right here on The Value of Wrestling. We will help you release that footage. We will give you the platform to talk about your side of the story, because I'd love to hear your side of the story. I'm not discouraging Tony Khan from telling his side of the story, but for the Young Bucks to go out on AEW Dynamite TV and air this grievance, it's bad for business. It's not going to help. It's not going to do any judgments. It's not going to make anything better. It's garbage. And Tony Khan, you're going to look like a fool, because at the end of the day, you're the boss. You're the man in charge. You're where the buck stops. You're the one that runs all of this. You're the one that lets it all happen. The fact, you let all out happen, you let all in happen. You let it happen, Tony. You refuse to step up to be a boss. And doing this shows that Punk is right. You're not a boss. So, ladies and gentlemen, you can drop your comments below. You can agree with me. You can disagree with me. Just understand that AEW has a right to tell their side of the story. Sure. But Tony Khan needs to address it in the appropriate manner. Using AEW Dynamite time and sending the Young Bucks out there, we can all see what's coming. And if you don't, if you want to swing for the Bucks and you want to be a hardcore AEW fan, cool. You can run your mouth and say what you need to. But anybody who's a real wrestling fan can see that this is way more than just simply airing your grievance or making your statement on your side. This is trying to stir the pot. Doesn't need to be. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm the Big Time. This is The Value of Wrestling. We will be back later today after WrestleMania Sunday night to recover or to talk about everything that went down. We'll do a post-show review on all of that. Hopefully there's no more news and no more nothing to talk about. It is late here. I just wanted to be one of the first people to get this information out on the YouTube, because it's going to be big breaking news over Sunday. It's going to be in the chatosphere. It's already blowing up X, and it's going to get things talking. So be ready for that, but we'll be talking about WrestleMania later tonight, so make sure you're here for that. I'm the Big Time. Let me get out of here. Let me let you go. Good night. So long.